I'm out of the doctor's office. I have to go every 2 or 3 weeks. And I got my prescriptions. He gave me a prescription for my neck and a prescription for my throat. And everything checked out all right. He said, don't panic. I ain't panicking. And now I'm on my way home, and it's probably 101 degrees. That's what they said anyway on the phone. Ain't nobody coming from that way. Why am I looking that way for? This is the one way over here. But I'm going straight home. I'm not even going to pick up my medicine until it cools off. I ain't going to worry about it. I just want to go home. I went out and eat and met a young. I went to McDonald's. I hate to tell you that, but I did. And I know I shouldn't eat the carbs at the sandwiches, but I did. And I talked to a young couple there. The man was working at there. His wife came with it. He has 4 children, a young baby, and what was so sad, he's working 2 minimum wage jobs and still cannot make ends meet. Okay, I understand that. I mean, it's like minimum wage is, I think, $7.25 or something in that range. So therefore, he's working 16-hour days. His wife said he was on break or lunch period or whatever, so she brought the kids up to see him. The oldest one's, I think, 7, somewhere in that area. And the point about it is he don't get to see his kids that much, and the man's trying. He's got working 2 jobs. I mean, how much more can you do than that? And so I've talked to him for, I don't know, 30 minutes when he was on his lunch break, off and on. I didn't talk constantly. I asked him a few questions, They're still getting assistance like food stamps and this, that, and the other. And it's sad, though. A man's working 2 jobs, cannot support his 4 kids, which 4 is quite a bit of number. But he has 12th grade education. I mean, it's sad that I was hoping more for the United States than that kind of theory. And I talked to him about did they vote? He said no. He gave up on voting because they'll just do whatever they want to. I can see his point of view on that. I asked him a few questions about, his lifestyle. They're living with her mother. I mean, it's like, wow, You feel sorry for people that will work and get out there and work 2 jobs and still can't have their own place or they support themselves or without assistance or something. You know what I'm saying? Food stamps or whatever. She goes to a place to gives them milk or whatever. I forget the name of it. She has a card or whatever. I mean, it's just the United States could do better for its people. That's all I can say. I still got the cup. And then I talked to another couple there, older couple. They seem to think that that death of that guy that killed himself was an inside murder because he knew too much on the Clintons and Trump, President Trump. Possibility that he knew too much that he's killed his rear end. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like to ask questions, see what other people think. I'm not going to judge one way or the other. I mean, I'm not a judge. I don't know. And I don't know enough to make a judgment on something like that. And I can make a judgment on the United States that's spending millions and trillions of dollars on everything but getting the poor off the streets and helping couples make a living for themselves. Now I'll judge that, but I don't know if about inside, conspiracy theories. But everything's a possibility nowadays. We don't know that much what goes on in the world. It is hot and it's miserable. It's just terrible. I stayed in there an hour. They had to check me all out and everything else. I did urine for them, blood for them. Let's see, they looked at my ear, my neck on this side's been irritating and bleeding because I'm stretching and trying to turn around, and the pain's ridiculous. But I'm a survivor. I'm just a survivor and a surviving. I can't wait till it cools off. I'm going to go somewhere, spend about a month. I still about that woman that went up in the mountains of New Mexico, 10,000 feet or better, and it's like 60, 70 degrees. I'm going up there and live. But then in the wintertime, it's probably 20 foot of snow. So I don't know. They run over you nowadays. Like I said, I'm just glad to be out of the office. They gave me my prescriptions, antibiotics. They said they'd renew that. And they called in a bunch of stuff, blah, 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 like they do every month. They're trying to keep me alive, I guess. But, bumpy roads, man. But like I said, everybody's got their own theories and this, that, and the other about what's going on in the world. Talked to a Mexican couple, and I agree with them. I mean, they're deporting people that wants to work. I mean, this was like McDonald's. She was the manager. She's Spanish. She said she loses people all the time because they come in and deport them. I thought, and she said, a lot of times they arrest them and they got a green card. And she said that because she has to check, make sure everybody has a green card. She said, but they'll still pick them up, harass them for 2 or 3 days or whatever. And she said, McDonald's got a deal. If they miss their job for 2 or 3 days, they fire them. So that's ridiculous too. I think it's just making it hard for Spanish American people or green card people to have a job. You know, I don't know what's going on in the world. There's just so many possibilities. That's why I just stick to art and crafting. That's where I can paint my own world. I'm gonna go now. Don't hit me, please. Nope. That woman did two cars can't go at the same time on the same deal. So she needs to stop. It's my turn. Because the person right in front of her went, and she wanted to go, and I said, well, it's my turn. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'd rather just stick to painting and making my own world, my own scenery, and doing it that way. The trouble of it is, I want to go paint on location, and I've got to get enough subs to do that. Because they've changed some rules. They have to have 1,000, I think. Now somebody backing right straight out on the road. Jesus. Burrito company. One of them frozen foods, like swans or whatever you order. I guess he pulled up the road that way. Oh, Lord. My neck hurts. It's hurting bad. I'm going to go home, change into slouchy clothes and paint me some. I don't try to put new clothes on and paint. I usually use the sweatpants or gym shorts or whatever you want to call it, and an old t-shirt and just paint in that. It's a nice white car for sale. I don't need it. I got enough vehicles in the yard. I'm thinking about buying a piece of land though, so I've been checking out Colorado. They had one place up there that I really liked. Too bad. It's only 5 acres, but not too bad. Then I've looked at Tennessee. I've looked at if you got enough money, you buy an island off the Carolinas. There you go. Be out there where the hurricanes hit. Boy, people's got this big old motorhomes on the upper class neighborhood over here. And they just sit there. It's a beautiful circle right over there. It's probably 30 footer, or 35, 40 footer. Take his teeth out and put them back in the jar they gave him. Can't taste nothing. It's just miserable. My poor little puppies, I let them out early this morning. They'll go out for about maybe 5 minutes when I get home. And That's all I'm going to let him out. It's just too hot. Baby girl, she won't go out 'cause it's too hot. She won't go. She used the poopy pads. So the other pups to like it up. I hate taking him in this kind of weather, even a service dog, even though I can bring him in the hospital. It's just too hot to haul him and track him around. You know what I'm saying? It's just too damn miserable. I used to work here at this plant, this wastewater plant called a sewer plant. Poo-poo plant's where my great-grandkids go. I worked in the lab there, make sure that the water we was discharged didn't kill nobody. They're building a 4-lane highway up here, so they're about to get it ready. Hit this button, get up to about 55, and hit the cruise button. 3 mile an hour, that's fast. And big bump, jumped over. I don't try to get the speed limit. I go under the speed limit, get the slow lane. But I'm glad to be getting towards home, and I'm glad to be well as much as possible for my old age. I met an 89-year-old woman up there. She didn't look too bad either. I gave her my phone number. She asked for my phone number. I told her it's on Facebook. And her granddaughter was there. And I said, well, we call one another once in a while just because we're bored, not that we want to do anything else. Just sit and talk. She lives by herself like I do. And I said, yeah, I don't blame you. I like to be independent. Nobody comes and stays with me anymore. I think my son stays in the city most of the time. He has to come here maybe once a week, out on the weekend or something, which is fine. There's a car right now. Where'd you go to? Let's see where that car went to. Don't get run over. It's pretty outside. It's just so hot. Everything's green and lustrous. It's beautiful. I like to answer a lot of questions. That's where you learn things about people. Most of the millennials anymore are not even voting. I said, you got to vote. You know, it's already rigged. It's going to be what it is. Well, they've lost heart since, I guess, the last election and the Russians and, doing what they did and everything else. I mean, they're not unaware or politically dumb. They're just aware of what's really going on. Why would you want to break your neck to vote and this, that, and the other when the Russians or whatever can influence your election? Whatever. I mean, then your choices ain't the grandest in the world. Stuff. I have no idea. I mean, I respect the office of the presidency. I would want the job. I guarantee I would want it. Just would not want it. Now, where he's crooked or not, or guilty of something, hey, they got better people than me to judge that. I do art. That's what I do. I make my own world. Planting trees and waterfalls and places I need to want to go that are too hot. Right now, if you haven't subscribe, hit the bell, give me a thumbs up, and make a comment. I think I'm supposed to say all that. And don't leave your pets in your car. That's the main thing. Don't leave your kids either. At least they got an exposable thumb. They can open the door if they're big enough to get out. And air conditioners don't work either. They said something about the sun shining on them still kills them. What in the world is coming up the side of me? I'm over as far as I can. This thing's about 20 foot wide. Big old trailer. I'll let that car go too. I'm not in no big hurry. I guess I'm going to move over the other lane because I don't know where it is. This Hummer don't know where it's going. It's probably going to turn down here on Waterloo. I'm going a little bit faster and then I'm going to push a cruise. That's what I do. Yeah, give me your opinion on voting and the world economy, and do we we need to be a prepper? Is we going to have an economic collapse, a pandemic? I don't know what's going on. I'm a bit of prepper. I got plenty of food, plenty of medicine stocked up. I hope nothing ever happens, trust me. I'm too old for excitement. My nerves hurt my neck. I'm trying to look at and my temperature's low. It's like 6.9, whatever. Like, and it was a couple degrees low. It was 98.6, was like 96 point something or other. Which is alright, it didn't bother me. I think you live longer if your temperature's lower. Boy, that Johnson grass is growing. But we got the second cutting done. Next time I gotta go back to the doctor's around the 13th, 14th of September. Maybe it's cooler by then. I told my doctor, I said, as soon as it gets cool, I ain't coming back for 2 months. I said, no, you gotta come every month. And if you don't feel good, come every 2 weeks. I think they just want to check. I think that's the way the money deal is nowadays. Everybody wants a check. But like I said, the young generation, the millennium children, they're going to have it hard. But no worse than they had in the 30s and 40s and 50s. They can overcome. They have to work 2 or 3 jobs. Having a bunch of kids nowadays is not the way to go. You're not living on a farm where you need them to work. You don't have to breed your own workforce. Now you got to feed them, house them, clothe them, send them to school. And there's no work much in chores around the house, because that ain't helping you all that much. Now, working in the fields 10, 12-hour days when I was a kid, you needed that workforce. You don't have to pay them. Now everything, kids got a cell phone or push a button or listen to music or something, they can care less of your existence. And half of them don't eat at the table. Do you know kids nowadays do not eat at the table with their parents? I think that's one of the downfalls of raising children nowadays. They'll get their plate, go to their room, or sit in front of a television, or eat on the counter, or something like that. They're not sitting down in a family atmosphere and having a meal with their family. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to speed up a little bit. There's a big C-mile in my rear. I'm going to give him 60, but that's all I'm giving. I ain't going 65 like speed limit. Just I can't talk and concentrate at the same time. I'm getting old. Yeah, I think they took prayer out of school. Okay, that's one thing. But when parents did this themselves, schools didn't have nothing to do with it. Not letting the kids have meals with their parents. They're probably working 2 jobs. They ain't got time to even see the kid. They're trying to feed it. But not sitting down at the family table and having a family meal. Discussing your problems. Prayer is what hurts you. But just, how's your day going? Blah, 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 blah. How are you doing at school? Check on their homework. Check on this, check on that. That's your job. Being a parent. Don't let them get away with, I'm going to my room and eat, my friends, I'm going to go out to eat, blah, blah, blah. When you have to have, it doesn't matter what you eat, it's just the point about it is you're not spending that time enough to see what's going on, because your life is over busy, worked to death as it is. There's another car for sale. Everybody's selling these big old cars. I'm going to let you go, like I told you. I feel good. I just want to get out and do something. It's too hot. But I heard that it was hot in almost every state. Even up in Iowa, it's hot. Down south, it's way too hot. It's like a cat on a hot tin roof. I will let you guys go. And I'm thinking about having if anybody watches it to the end, I'm thinking about having a hangout. And please make a notation which would be the best time for me to have a hangout. Just start it and stop it. All the other good stuff, be convenient for the people, like I have it at 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't like them after 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'd rather have like something 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening or something like that. A lot of people ain't up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning like I am. But let me know what you think about me having a hangout, or paint along with me, or craft along with me, or whatever. Tell me what you want to do. I'm up for anything till the weather changes. You guys take care.